been corrupt for years, and it's always going to be corrupt in our police force.
Okay.
No, but I had called him right after it happened.
That poor baby, that's crazy. Corrupt cops. Y'all already know that they was just looking at the cameras. They got the cameras already. He's up here. The cop's up here, sitting nice in luxury up in his car, right there. The cop who shot that baby, that 17-year-old boy. Crazy. Yeah, because the state boys need to come on up here. Ain't nobody talking to the goddamn Aliquippa cops, no. And they wonder why. They just wonder why. Crazy. Crazy. Right there. Right there. Squared up with that baby. Squared up with him. Punched him in the chest and then shot him.
It's a camera up there.
Yeah, basically was waiting
They
for
need to
someone.
go down there right now and pull that camera.
Go get that fucking camera.
Right now, while the police is all up here on this.
I can't believe this.
There we go. There we go.
Oh my God.
The state troopers.
Yep.
But they can't be here because they always be in the barracks.
Get the video.
Y'all need to be putting him. Go get that officer and put him in handcuffs. Go get him and put him in handcuffs. Go put that officer in handcuffs. He shot that baby for no reason. None.
All right. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. All praises to the Most High. This just in, as you see, a 17-year-old high school student in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, was shot by an ATF agent. According to the gentleman who sent me the video, shout out to my man Tap from Aliquippa. He said that the young high school student, 17-year-old, was leaving the basketball court when the ATF agent tried to stop him. And, he tried to pull on the young man and, he punched him in the chest, as you heard the lady say. Then he shot him. And you're about to hear a few news videos with actually eyewitnesses say that he shot the kid in the back as he was running down those steps that you see. These videos are fair use for literary and commentary purposes. Just watch, and I'll be back with a little more commentary about what I know and also show you some more live on the scene footage from the Facebook Live. Just check it out.
Tonight, we begin with breaking news. A teenager shot by a federal agent in Beaver County. It happened in Aliquippa a few hours ago. Ricky Sayer's been working to gather the latest information. Ricky, what do we know so far?
Well, Ken, we know from the mayor that this was an ATF agent who shot a high school student, a boy, and they are working to learn the exact circumstances that led up to the shooting. There's, of course, an official investigation that is taking place right now. We have seen state police talking to witnesses. The FBI is also here. State police say the ATF and FBI were here working on a joint investigation when this shooting took place. State police, they are leading the investigation, and this is right in Linn-Mar Terrace. Witnesses say they heard anywhere from 4 to 6 shots. Multiple witnesses told us they ran outside and saw this boy running downstairs. 3 witnesses said the boy was being shot from behind. Multiple witnesses say the agent who shot him was wearing plain clothes. The boy, they say, then collapsed in the street. It has been a very difficult evening here in this community, and it was very tense when our crews first arrived. We've seen tactical teams here working to keep the peace. The Aliquippa mayor is also asking people to pray for the family of the boy who was shot. Here's what a witness and what the mayor told us.
I just don't want them to feel as though it's something that can be done. I don't want to tell the police how to do their job, but please don't come to Linn-Mar and start killing our children. Like, no, don't do that. So you have to make enough noise so they'll think twice about using deadly force on a kid.
I'm just asking my residents, man, just to take a deep breath for a minute, slow it down a little bit. And I know you're hurt right now, but let's just let this play out. Let's see what happens. And then if we need to react, we'll react accordingly, respectfully.
So we're giving you a closer look right at the scene here. That is some of the tactical units that have been here. Interestingly, before we saw that there was an FBI agent with a camera, a professional camera, that was taking a picture of some of the tactical units that were here on scene. We can also tell you we are working to learn the exact condition of that boy. We understand that he was actually airlifted to a hospital. Reporting in Aliquippa, Ricky Sayer, KDK TV News.
All right, so that is just one aspect of the situation. As you heard the reporter say, at least 3 witnesses said that the guy was running down the steps, the baby, the boy, and the police officer was shooting him from behind in plain clothes. And they said that the ATF and the FBI were doing some kind of tactical investigation in the area when this happened. And he also said a FBI agent afterwards was taking pictures of the tactical units. I feel like this may be a play, so to speak, a test run for them coming into predominantly black neighborhoods. You heard the lady say, don't come in here and try to kill our children. So it's definitely a preliminary black neighborhoods. And then they killed the kid. Then they set up a tactical unit to keep the peace. There was peace before you came, first of all. And, you know, the black mayor, shout out to the black mayor. I guess I don't see anything, you know, sideways just yet, because he said, okay, just wait and play it out. But, you know, then we'll react accordingly. But what else do we need to see? You have witnesses that say they shot him in the back. What are we waiting for? You know, I'm pretty sure every black person in America is tired of waiting, tired of reacting, tired of waiting to see how it plays out. We already know the playbook. They're already running around on their phones, trying to get the story straight, doing all the lies and the planning of evidence and the how can we spin this narrative. We already see there's no waiting to see what can happen or what is going to happen. We already know what can and will happen in these situations. So I'm looking at what they're doing and looking at it as a test run. Okay, well, let's come in here and kill a kid and see how they react. So we'll be able to start killing even more people, if that makes sense. Let's take a look at this other video about the situation and see what kind of narrative they will spin on this as well.
Aliquippa. The victim in this shooting is an Aliquippa high school student. Officers from multiple agencies, including the ATF, have been here on scene going on 5 hours now. Now, we don't know the condition of the victim, but Mayor Dewan Walker is asking for prayers for his family.
I'm just nervous because it's one of my babies, one of our kids, you know, and you don't know the whole situation and what caused this or what happened. And it wasn't an officer of Aliquippa involved shooting. It was an ATF involved shooting.
According to Pennsylvania State Police, ATF and FBI agents working in a joint investigation were involved in a shooting incident. ATF confirmed the same information. Officers have been here on scene in Linn-Mar Terrace apartment complex since around 6:20 when emergency dispatchers say the shooting happened. We also know from dispatch the shooting victim was flown to a Pittsburgh hospital. We've seen officers from Beaver Valley Regional Police, City of Aliquippa Police, Beaver County Sheriff's Office, State Police, and ATF here. Now, I spoke to a Linn-Mar Terrace resident who watched the scene unfold from her window after she heard multiple gunshots ring out on Wagaman Street.
And then there's a barrage of kids came running out, and they were cursing, and they were pointing, and they pointed at a police officer, and they said, "That's the one that shot him." I don't want to tell the police how to do their job, but please don't come to Linn-Mar and start killing our children.
Now, state police is the leading agency in this investigation. Stay with us as we continue to learn more. Covering Beaver County and Aliquippa, I'm Jordan Sayopa, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
Okay, so you see that article as well, and all I see throughout that video is pure occupation. Like it's a third world country, and you have cops in there with military style gear, tactical units. They're occupying a black neighborhood after they have killed a black child. And you know, the brothers talking about praying and all those things. Okay, how many prayers do we have? How many prayers do we have left? God's ears, I know our prayers are bubbling up in the heavens because of these situations. And you wonder why when people or police get killed, why certain people or certain demographics don't feel the same remorse for that. This is the reason why. This is the reason why. This is going to explain that lack of empathy, that lack of sympathy, or even the celebration that some people might do when police officers get killed. You know why? Because this right here, 17-year-old child, high school student. Fortunately, he's lived. He's been airlifted. He hasn't passed yet. But why are you shooting kids in the back of all places? Now, let's take one last look at this particular article, because this one almost tries to spin the narrative and blame the kid. And I'm going to point that out. Just watch this one as well. These videos are fair use for literary and commentary purposes only. Just check it out.
Breaking news in Beaver County. Officials confirm an ATF agent shot an Aliquippa high school student. Good evening and thanks for joining us on 11 at 11. I'm Gordon Lesh. That shooting at Linmar Terrace has the teenager in critical condition. Channel 11's Rich Pierce joins us live in the neighborhood with what we know right now. And Rich, a tense scene out there tonight.
Yes, Gordon, things, though, have calmed down here in the last hour or so, but this is still, of course, a very active investigation in the Linmar Terrace section of Aliquippa. I'm going to step aside and show you what investigators are up to right now. You can see them down the hill there. There were a number of other officers, and they have since gotten out of our view. But we can tell you, we have just learned here in the last few minutes that the shooting happened as the ATF and the FBI were working a joint investigation. That information coming from state police and the ATF. Now, we have confirmed tonight, like you said, Gordon, that the person shot is a high school student at Aliquippa High School, 17-year-old male student. Let's show you some video we shot when we arrived on scene a couple of hours ago. We spoke to the mayor of Aliquippa. He confirmed to us, again, that federal agent was from the ATF. Neighbors told Channel 11 they heard 4 gunshots in total. Right now, it's unclear if the agent fired all of those shots. The teenager was taken from the scene here and flown to the hospital and is considered to be, at last check, in critical condition. And like I mentioned earlier, tensions at one point were pretty high in the neighborhood here. A lot of neighbors were out watching what was going on, yelling things, that sort of thing. But they have dissipated at this point. There were other law enforcement officers from neighboring municipalities that were called in. They were in tactical gear. They're still here to help keep the peace. A witness who lives right near the shooting site told us what she heard and saw.
I was upstairs and I looked out the window after I heard 4 shots. And then I seen a body laying on the ground and several police officers walking down the steps.
We're asking for clarity and calmness. We're asking for people to, search their inner self, take a deep breath, get all the facts before you make a, snap your judgment and quick to punish. Let's see what these next 24 to 72 hours holds.
Well, you just heard from Mayor Dwan Walker. He is calling for calm. He's calling for peace. He's also calling for prayers for the family of the teenager that was shot here, saying this is one of our babies in Aliquippa, one of the young members of the community. But again, tonight, that teenager at last check is in critical condition. And we should note that state police are leading this investigation. We'll bring you the very latest information just as soon as we can.
All right, let's stop it right there with state police are leading the investigation. So what do you think state police are going to do? They're going to take all of everybody's statements. They're going to take what everybody says, and they're going to make it fit their narrative. Now, you heard that reporter say people heard 4 gunshots at least. And then he's going to say, it is not clear at this time if the agent fired all of those shots, implying that the young boy may have fired at the officers. You see how they put those? You have to listen. It is very nefarious. He's the only one that did that. You hear the other, they didn't say that. Well, it's unclear at this time if the agent fired all those shots. Who fired the shots then? If he didn't, you're trying to say the kid did, right? And, you know, you hear the witnesses talking about it. You know, she said she saw kids running, cursing, saying that's the one who shot him. Think about the traumatic effect that this action by quote unquote law enforcement is going to have on these children for life. How do you think it's going to shape their perception, their relationship with law enforcement for the rest of their life? This is a perpetual cycle that is going to continue until, and I'm gonna just leave it to until. But we're going to keep an eye on this situation. Once again, shout out to my brother up in Aliquippa who sent me the information. He said that, you know, the kid was just leaving the basketball park. They're talking about they're having an investigation. So what does a kid leaving the basketball court have to do with your investigation? Why are you even engaging with that child? As you heard the people say on the Facebook Live, and I'm going to play a little bit more of that right now. Have you heard them say on the Facebook Live, y'all got the cameras? Y'all got the cameras. They're saying they shot that little boy for no reason. Now, this is the information that you are not going to get on the news. And as they mentioned, it was very tense out there. You can actually hear the tensivity. And I know that's not a word, but I just made it up. The tensivity of the situation through this lady's Facebook post. And of course, I'm going to have to blur out the cursing, but you can kind of fill in the blanks as you feel the need to. Just watch.
None. Shot that baby for no reason.
Because the police truck don't have the shell casings.
I'm telling y'all want to come up here and talk. You're talking to the wrong people.
Yes. He either got out and shot him, or he shot him from inside the window. But I heard the police truck. I heard the police jump. I heard somebody say, "I've been shot," and I turned around and the police officers are getting out of the truck. Talk about shots fired.
Yeah, you got right.
No, they got your brother.
I don't know what car he in, but they got. And OG's laying at the bottom of the steps. This little boy got to be about 16, 17 years old. I swear, I hope he can.
Shot that baby for no reason. You need to put that officer in handcuffs. He needs to be in handcuffs. Meanwhile, he's sitting up there. And weird as hell. Crazy. Another kid shot by the police. And they wonder why we don't go talk to them or can't trust them. This is why. Boy coming from the playground harassing them.
That's a shame.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Right. Every day.
But you see them watching the cameras, though. You see them watching the cameras. I got you watching the cameras. This is good. Yep. This is just why people sue. Can't even trust your own police. Right there. Wow. Lord Jesus.
Now you see that man up there is in plain clothes. So evidently that is the plain clothes officer who shot the young brother.
They need to get that police truck. They need to be towing that police truck because that's evidence right there. They need everybody that's in that up there. That police truck right there. The one right there at the top. You need to get that fucking police truck because that's one evidence. You need to tow it. And everybody that was in that police car needs to be a handcuff because one of your own did it. And I stand by that.
We are not sure if the young man has passed. He has been life flighted, y'all.
I've been an adult because when I was a kid, I loved the police. Now, no, y'all corrupt.
Aliquippa police is corrupt.
We do not. Aliquippa police is not a police force. I hate to say it.
Never been.
Y'all just wear a uniform every day. State troopers are our police force, and then y'all wonder why all y'all do is like to be on the scene and can't do nothing else. Y'all killed that boy in broad daylight.
The officer who killed that boy, shot that boy. Let me not say killed, but shot that boy is up in that car. Life flight has came. I hope and pray that that baby is okay. They want to try to cover him up. Let me get a better view. They up there with the DEA.
You know they're getting their stories together right now.
Shot that baby right here.
Don't holler a mistake. How you holler a mistake in broad daylight? Broad daylight.
Right there. Shot him right there.
It's crazy. I'm not. My heart is so broken. My heart is so broken.
All right, so we're going to stop it right there. We may show some more of that footage in later coverage as more information comes out. But as we know now, the young man has been airlifted, so he is in critical condition. But what I see right there is occupational terror. Occupying, like you ever seen third world countries where police officers and troops are walking around neighborhoods and the residents are just looking, unable to move in custody with no power. That is what I see when I see these type of situations. They have brought in tactical units to keep the peace. What peace are you keeping? You've already disturbed the peace by killing this young man. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil. Talking about it's a mistake. So, I mean, the mayor is offering prayers. As I stated before, how many more prayers do we have? But they have hated me without cause. Psalms 82 says, they hate us without cause because we are the children of the Most High. So there are certain things we have to do. But it looks like, God is already exerting his judgment in many ways. And so we just have to watch and pray, be wise as serpents and gentle as doves when it comes to dealing with this evil nation of a fierce countenance that do not regard the old or the young, as Deuteronomy 28 says. This is a part of the curse that we are under. But the Lord will avenge. Vengeance is mine. And sometimes he uses people to exact that vengeance. Take with that what you will. But y'all see the number on the screen. I thank y'all for watching. liking, sharing, and commenting on these videos. And if you do like these videos, if you want to help this channel to grow, keep the content growing, then make sure you hit that subscribe button under the video. But as always, you see the number 919-587-7782. Thoughts and prayers to the people up there in Aliquippa, and shout out to my man Tap once again for sending me that information. The news had been covering it up. It happened today, but of course they're not going to give you the raw, uncut footage and uncut information. Nevertheless, as always, peace and blessings.